Hey there, welcome to the Millennial Book Junkie. My name is Monique, and today I'm going to be doing a new release thriller vlog. So I'm going to be reading two newly released thrillers. The first of which is going to be Play Nice by Rachel Harrison, and the second, which we have in my little TBR cart here, is going to be Our Last Resort by Clemence Michallon. I am so excited to dive into these. So Rachel Harrison's Play Nice is going to be so brand new to me because I have never read a Rachel Harrison book and I have heard nothing but good things. So I'm really looking forward to diving into this one. If you don't know about this one already, basically this is about a influencer who has to basically go back to her old house where she grew up that was haunted when she was younger. And her mom was like a steadfast believer that this house was haunted, it was possessed. But then as Cleo, our main character, who's an influencer, grew up, she was like, no, I think we just had a lot of childhood trauma. But then later she inherits the house and she has to go back to it as an influencer with her sisters. She's trying to flip the house for content. And when she gets there, weird stuff starts happening. So I love me a good scary book. And this sounds very scary to me. So I am looking forward to diving into this one because I probably will want to read way more of her books after this, if my favorite booktubers are to be believed about how wonderful she is as an author. Now, Our Last Resort is the second book I'm going to be reading in this vlog, and this has been my most anticipated read probably for the whole year. It came out actually in July, so it's not like extremely new, whereas like Play Nice came out this month in September, but it's still a new release from just a couple months ago. And this author already wrote another book that you may or may not be familiar with called The Quiet Tenant. I absolutely loved that book. That was her debut novel. And this book is her second novel. And her debut novel was so good that I'm really excited to read this one. And this one seems like it's more cult-y. Her and her brother meet up at this resort, and after like years of not speaking, I think, or they had something tragic happening to them when they were younger, and then they're meeting up at this resort later, and then there's a murder, and then like our main character has to discover like, oh, is my brother responsible for this or not? Not sure. They most likely were in a cult when they were younger, so is the brother still like involved in the cult? We don't know, but I'm just excited because of the author. Like, the plot doesn't grab me like fully. I was like, oh, it sounds okay, but like I really loved The Quiet Tenant by this author, so I'm just like really looking forward to diving into this one, and I really hope I'm not going to be disappointed, but we'll see. So thank you for joining me on this new release thriller vlog. I don't know what we're going to be doing while I'm reading. I think I'm gonna make some pumpkin loaf that I got at Trader Joe's. I got the recipe at Trader Joe's. And so I think I'm gonna be making that, and then I think I'll take you out with me while I go read outside for a little bit. It's really nice. The weather is kind of muggy where I am, but it's perfect for fall. I'm just like in that fall cozy mood. So me and my puppy Stella will be taking a walk in a little bit. So maybe we'll go somewhere cute and read, and I'll take you with us. So let's go. Let's get this reading vlog started. So just as I was about to start reading, I found a spider, and my husband is not home. So the first thing I said was, hell no, hell no. But I'm gonna save the little guy because I always save spiders, and I got him to move in an area where I could save him. So we will save him. All right, let's save this little guy. I get my little, basically I just slide him onto the mail. Come on. Come on. Ooh, come on. Okay, he's on the mail. He's on the mail. And now all I have to do is just lift this up and take it outside. Easier said than done. I freaking love this book. I am only 25 pages in and I just love it so much. Like, I'm hooked. Rachel Harrison, your writing is superb. It's like the perfect combination of descriptive, where you can really see and feel a scene without being too heavy. It's also very simplistic. I am absolutely loving it so far. Right now, we are just getting introduced to all the characters. You have the three sisters. Cleo is the main character. She's an influencer. And then her sisters, Daphne and Lita. I am not sure. I feel like Cleo is probably the youngest one. I definitely know Daphne is the middle child, so Lita must be the oldest. And essentially it starts out with them finding out that their mom has passed away, which is not a spoiler because it's in the book jacket. But basically they all have to come together, and you really just like get a feel for the dynamic between the sisters. And there's this like undercurrent of like weirdness because they all keep talking about how their mom was just traumatizing when they were growing up. Like, they grew up in a haunted house. Apparently it was possessed, and they were all very traumatized by it. And so now, gathering after their mom's death, they're just like, you know, they're not going to go to the funeral, and they just are like trying to figure out how they feel about it. Cleo's kind of like the fun rebel. She's an influencer, and their dialogue is just so funny. I have laughed out loud so many times. And I also mistook the word demonologist for dermatologist. She went off with her dermatologist boyfriend, but it was demonologist. I don't know. I don't know why I found that so funny. I just really like it so far. It's really funny. I like the character, Cleo. She's very snarky, and I just feel like, all the dialogue is very snarky. So I don't know if that's how a lot of Rachel Harrison's books are, but she does it so well. Like, I'm jealous because I am like not a snarky person at all, but I appreciate it so much in a book, and it is just so good so far. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Like, I just feel like I had a fresh glass of water after being very dehydrated. Like, that's what the writing feels like. Like, I feel hydrated. I feel nourished. I feel like this is the book I've always been looking for. It is like so hard to describe, but like this book is feeling like very much like a 5-star. I'm only 25 pages in, but it feels so good. It feels so perfect. I can't wait to dig into it more. So good. Okay, so it's a few days later, and I had a really busy week. I was actually finishing up reading The September House, and I really wanted to finish that because like I was so close to the end, and I was like, let me just finish this. So it's been a while since I picked up Play Nice. It's been like 2 or 3 days. I also came down with pink eye, so yeah, that's why I had to get glasses. So it's been kind of like a weird week. But I finally dove back into the book today, and I am a little over 100 pages into the book now, and I am still loving it. The girls find out that they've inherited this house, and Cleo is now basically starting to flip the house for content. Also, I'm sorry about the light just like randomly changing. I'm watching TV. So our main character, Cleo, is now trying to flip the house for content, and it's still really good, really funny. I am really enjoying it, laughing out loud, and it's legitimately scary. Like, I really like that it's scary. I was reading it before bed the other night, just like a few pages, and there was this scene where like the ceiling fan kind of moves on its own, and I just like slam the book shut. I'm like, nope. I am not reading this before bed because I was reading it. I was listening to the audiobook today while I was getting my nails done, and I was like, yeah, I can't read this at night. Like, I was already getting scared in the nail shop. Like, I don't know how Rachel Harrison did that to me. I really don't. So I'll keep you posted as I go on, but I am really enjoying it. Morning. I have just finished Play Nice. I finished it last night, and I absolutely loved it. I have to say that if you are looking for a book for October, this is perfect. This was my first time with Rachel Harrison and she did not disappoint. I have heard so many good things about her and I absolutely loved this book. Overall, I felt that it had a lot of things going for it. Not only was it scary, it was sad, it was funny. I've heard people call it cozy because it kind of is cozy. I could not put it down. I feel like I wanted to know more about this main character. I wanted to, follow her through life and I wanted to see how she reacts to everything. She was funny, she was young, she was very snarky, but she was very self-aware and obviously she had baggage herself. I just loved this character. I loved how she thought. I loved the way that she talked to her sisters and their banter. I actually really loved the way Rachel Harrison described her sisters and how they got along, like their dynamic, like they loved each other, but they would tease each other. And the spooky scenes were genuinely spooky to me. Like I feel like they were described really well. I feel like scary stuff happened in the end and I felt like I was okay with it all. And I felt like it was described really well. It was just very weird and I felt like I was watching a movie. I also feel like I learned a lot about demons. I feel like she did a good job kind of explaining the way that people think about other worlds and the supernatural as well, which I really liked. So there are also like two parts of this book. There's like the main part of the book where Cleo Barnes, our main character, is going through, but then there's also like the other part of the book, which is the mom's book. Like Cleo was reading the mom's book and her whole backstory and her, telling of what happened in this house that they grew up in. And it was just so good. It was really genuinely creepy and I absolutely loved it. I would give it 5 stars from me. I think that if you're looking for something that's creepy but fun, that's really gonna get you in the mood for spooky season, this is perfect. I'm very satisfied with my very first Rachel Harrison, and now of course I want to read more of her books. So great book, great job. And so now I'm gonna dig into Our Last Resort by Clemence Michallon. I'm really excited about this one. As you know, she wrote The Quiet Tenant, so I'm coming off a really good high of Rachel Harrison, so I'm really hoping this one doesn't disappoint. We will see. Today my husband and I are gonna go see some seals. I'm not sure if they are supposed to be out, but we're gonna see. We're gonna get some coffee and we're gonna see. This is so nice. We're at the we're back now. I got some flowers and now let's talk about the book. So I am about 50 pages or so in Our Last Resort by Clemence Michallon. And so far I am not super enjoying it. I think I don't know why. Maybe it's just kind of like a slower beginning for me, and the characters don't feel too believable. And I'm a little upset by that because I really, really loved The Quiet Tenant. So I'm like, you know, I'm a little sad by that, but it's okay. I feel like it's gonna pick up. Right now, you know, it's just the main character and her brother at the resort, and there is a dead body, which is not a spoiler because it's in the book jacket, but there is a dead body, and so they're just kind of like reeling from that, and then it kind of flips back to when they were younger and when they were in the cult and what it was like kind of growing up in the cult. So I would say, like, so far the most interesting part is the cult part. Other than that, the main character and her brother don't seem that interesting to me when they're at the, you know, present day at the resort. So we'll kind of see what happens from there. Overall, I'm feeling like it's a kind of a 3-star vibe, but we'll keep going with it and we'll see how we feel as we go along. Like I said, I really love The Quiet Tenant and I love this author, so I'm not going to give up on her. But that's just kind of how I'm feeling in the beginning. I mean, coming off of Play Nice, I'm just feeling a little meh about it. So I'll read a little more and I'll give you an update. Okay, so I'm back. It is the next day. I gave Our Last Resort another try last night, and unfortunately, I just couldn't get into it. I think I got up to page 70, 75, and the parts where she talks about how she's in a cult were very interesting. But when she's back at the hotel, like in present day with her brother, I just couldn't get into what was happening there. For some reason, to me, the characters just weren't very believable, and I don't know, the main character, I just couldn't figure out what kind of person she was. And then when she was kind of describing like what she did for a living, I just found that I just didn't really care, and I was like, I don't know if I can make it through this. It was kind of a struggle bus, and I'm really disappointed because I really loved The Quiet Tenant, but I still love this author, Clemence Michallon, and I am going to give this book another try because maybe I'm just not in the mood. I did just read Rachel Harrison's Play Nice, and so that left me in like such an exuberant mood that like anything that's like not like that right now just isn't grabbing me. So I'm really sorry that I had to DNF this one, but like I said, I really do love this author and I am going to come back to this. I'm going to leave my bookmark in here in the shelf, and I know that I'm going to come back to this, but I just couldn't finish it this time around. I do want to see how it plays out. So I am going to DNF this one. So that's pretty much it for this vlog. Play Nice was amazing. 5 stars. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. And if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until the next vlog, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.